Hello, and welcome to today's edition of the Only Endometriosis podcast you need. Today, I just want to talk briefly about the introduction of this new endometriosis pill. This is not a planned podcast, so if I had told you what was coming up this week, probably not what you were expecting. But I wasn't expecting the announcement yesterday of this new pill. So I just wanted to come on very quickly and talk a little bit about exactly what it is and who can who can apply for it? I don't know if you have to apply for it, but who's eligible for it anyway, and what it actually does, and why I'm still a little bit grumpy about it. On the face of it, it's good news. It's something else that we're being offered to try and help us manage our symptoms. But this is the frustrating thing for me. It is still only managing symptoms. It is still a sticking plaster solution. It's not actually offering us anything particularly new. So what is this pill? So essentially, it is another hormone suppressant. So it's doing pretty much the same as the injection and the implant. It's just obviously in oral form. So it's a daily pill that you would take, and it just suppresses the hormones that, in inverted commas, cause endometriosis. We know it doesn't, but quite a few of the things I've read over the last 12 hours, 24 hours, have cited that as a thing, which makes me, I don't know, laugh, cry, whichever it is, both probably. So yeah, if you do have a hormonal element to your endometriosis, then this can bring relief, but just in the same way as the injection and the implant can. At the moment, it's only anticipated that it will be open to around 1,000 women. So it's for women who have tried the other endometriosis treatments available on the NHS pathway, but who haven't seen relief from them. And that begs the question to me, because it isn't particularly different, it isn't offering anything other than the injections and the implants offer, what they're expecting the pill to achieve if you've already tried the implant. So it'll be really, really interesting for me to see over the coming months, over the coming years, how many women actually get this pill and whether it does actually do anything different, whether it does have better, in inverted commas, results than the implant and the other treatments that were offered. And this is where I get really, really angry, because it just seems to me as if we're kind of still getting women stuck in this cycle. We're still keeping women frustrated. We're keeping women in pain. We're keeping women in this cycle of symptoms getting worse, trying something, symptoms disappearing, symptoms coming back, potentially worse, trying something else, rather than actually getting to the root cause of endometriosis. Please give us something that actually will make us feel better before we get to that point of wanting surgery. And I know that this is designed to prevent surgery, or at least delay surgery, and that's fabulous. That's all I talk about, because as we know, endometriosis surgery isn't the greatest. There are fabulous surgeons out there. There are women for who surgery has been an absolute life changer, and I don't want to detract from that. I'm not anti-surgery. I've said so many times, if surgery is right for you, then it's absolutely right for you. But there's so many women that I work with who know that surgery probably isn't going to help. And one woman even said to me, I know that my symptoms may well come back within the first 6 weeks. And obviously there's issues around that. It's like, no, it's not necessarily 6 weeks. But she went into surgery thinking that they were going to come back after 6 weeks. This is the level that women are getting to. This is the desperation that women are getting to have that kind of potentially life-altering surgery without any cast iron guarantee, or even that some are going in with that expectation that their symptoms are going to come back. And as we know, endometriosis loves scar tissue, which is why surgeons are quite specific about who they will and won't operate on. Your symptoms have to be debilitating before you're offered that, which I get is frustrating if you want surgery and you're not deemed to be symptomatic enough for surgery. But there is a reason behind that, and it is because endometriosis can come back worse after surgery, because endometrial tissue, or endometriosis tissue, endometrial-like tissue, can attach itself to the scar tissue. So quite often, the operation itself can spur on the growth of endo. So I get that. I get all of that. It's brilliant that we have something else to try. But is this pill different enough to warrant an extra step in that journey? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a chemist. I'm not a pharmacist. I don't know. All I've done is have a look at the layperson's information available in terms of what's in it, in terms of what it does. And for me, it doesn't seem significantly different enough to warrant putting an additional layer in. Just seems like it's making things worse for longer. But like I say, I'm not any of the qualified medicine people. So try for yourself. If you do want my word for you, my words of advice for you is, if you do want to be eligible for this tablet, this pill, then please do make an appointment to see your specialist or your GP as soon as you can, and actually mention the fact that you know about this pill and you wouldn't mind trying this pill. If there's certain steps for you to go through, it might take a while, which is why I suggest getting in there early. And as always, please do know that there are natural things. There are things you can do to mitigate the impact of your endometriosis. I've been managing my endo now for probably about 25 years. I need to actually sit down and work it out again. Certainly over 20 years. I've had flare-ups in that time. It's not that I've cured my endometriosis, but the impact of my endo on my own life is negligible. I've helped hundreds of women do exactly the same as well. So this isn't something that's beyond you. You don't need any specific training. You don't need any specific, obviously I have training, I have qualifications coming out of my ears, but I can train you in the techniques that you need, and they're nothing arduous, they're nothing life impacting, they're not going to restrict your life in any way. I don't lead a restrictive life. I don't have a restricted diet. I can do any of the exercises that I want to. I'm kind of laughing because my movement level is shocking at the minute. But that's not because my endo restricts it, it's because my, I don't know, I just get comfy in my hoodie. But that's a decision I make, that's a choice I make. It's not made for me by my body. So please know that there are alternatives. Whilst this pill might not offer us the fabulous solution that we are all hoping for, there are natural things you can do to mitigate to mitigate, manage, reduce, even get rid of your symptoms. If you do want to know more, I'm actually hosting a free webinar at the end of this month. It's just 30 minutes and we're going to look at why you're getting the symptoms you're getting. It's not going to be particularly in-depth, so I'm going to look at the most common symptoms that women come to me with, and I'm going to talk through from an alternative medicine perspective, so from a Chinese medicine, from an Eastern medicine, from a somatic point of view, why we're getting the symptoms we're getting, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the high-level stuff that you can do to manage these symptoms. There's a fabulous free gift for you at the end as well. So if you would like to come to that free webinar, even if you can't make it live, there's replays as well. So everybody who is who's registered will get a free replay, whether you attend live or not. So it's worth signing up. If you are interested, then just go to my socials. There's links on there as well. And if I actually get round to it, I don't know what's going on with my admin this year, but if I actually get round to it, I'll pop it on the website as well. So please do have a look out for that. So endometriosis pill, I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to know if you think I'm being too cynical. I'd love to know if you think I'm being too harsh. I'd love to know what your view is. Are you excited about trying this pill? Are you excited for its official launch? Or are you, like me, just a bit frustrated that it doesn't, in my view, go far enough to offer us a real alternative, a real solution? Thank you very much for listening to my mini rant today. Normal service will be resumed next week.